Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm AmandaMuse, and today I'm coming at you with some of my favorites, kind of old school YouTube style. I honestly share a bunch of this on my Instagram, but this is like the long form, longer than 15 seconds as to why I like some of these products. We're just gonna go right now. We're gonna get right into it. So probably like so many of you, the algorithm is serving me all of the protein information. Like basically, we have never eaten enough protein as women. And so it's like, please eat more. Here's recipes, here's ideas. And I saw a naturopath a couple weeks ago, maybe a couple months ago now. And I'm still processing about that experience, whether I liked it or whether I didn't, but I did get some good information from it. And the first was that I just really need to add more protein to my diet. One of the ways amongst eating protein dense food, which is really important, like with my lunch today, I ended up having a chickpea salad and I feel so full still. It's kind of wild actually. So more protein, eat all the protein, it's great for you. But in order to get protein into my diet, like first thing in the morning, especially like a significant amount of protein, I eat this bad boy. I probably only have about, I don't know, 6 protein scoops left, maybe 10 if I'm lucky. So this I found at Costco, but I know this brand, you can get it all over the place. This one is vanilla ice cream. Their chocolate is really good too. And I don't really add too much. Like I don't make it very fancy. I take a scoop of this, I put it into a cup of liquid. It's half a cup of water, half a cup of pineapple juice. My preference is orange juice, but I actually just can't eat oranges anymore. Every time I eat oranges, I get massive canker sores and they hurt so bad. My gut just does not like orange juice or oranges. So here we are. Per 1 scoop, you're getting 24 grams of protein. It's amazing. The next thing I want to talk about is my Hiboy electric bike. Slight departure in terms of something I include in favorites, simply because I'm going to take you outside in a second. I'm sure like a lot of you've been thinking about, should I get an electric bike? You can get those like electric assists. You can get the little packages you can add to your regular bike. Anyway, it's been on my mind, and Hiboy reached out to me and they were like, hey, we can send you a bike, try it out, let us know what you think. And I kind of wish I had got 2. I still may actually go and buy one for Dean because I do have a code. I'm going to link it below for you so you can click that link and go check them out. I find that they're a rather affordable electric bike in terms of some of the ones on the market. This one is not terribly bulky. It's not so heavy that you can't bike without the electric assist, but it allows you to go regular biking, electric assist, and then full electric. This thing kicks. Like I am the biggest baby. I only use maybe 10%. Like I don't want to go that fast, okay? Safety first. This bike goes really fast and I don't want a head injury. You know what I mean? I will never get over how lovely hills are now with a bicycle. Listen, sometimes you want those hills and you want that intense workout, and other times you just want like a leisure bike ride, right? Enjoying the scenic views, not worried about the hills. It's delightful. I know my preference is between 13 miles per hour and 15 miles per hour, like that's plenty. I actually had somebody reach out to me and tell me that they had one of their parents use this. They're a senior because they still want to get out, they still want to cycle, but biking can be a little bit hard for them. So accessible. Summer is here. We're hopefully going to be doing fun things either on our own, with friends, with our families, and you're going to want to capture some of these moments. Capture the moments. Don't feel weird about it. If you're in public and you're taking a selfie, you'll probably never see those people again. They're strangers, okay? Just take the damn photo. So this is one that I've had. This is a Joby one. This is a tripod. I can link it. I'm sure it's still around. This is pretty much as tall as it gets. So it's great for like desktop, if I'm talking to camera, if I'm just showing something like that, something I don't need like the biggest tripod. And then it has the little part at the top, which you can, you know, if you want to have it be landscape versus portrait mode. But here's the thing. When I was using this on a recent trip, I realized I needed to change this because every time I put it like this, I use the iPhone 15 Pro Max. This thing, boop, it tips over. It's just not sturdy enough for the bigger phones. This is better. So this is, you've probably seen some of your favorite content creators, influencers. God, that word still bothers me after all these years. But anyway, it just seems so cheap. You know, but they have to have one of these. This thing, okay, watch. So you unlock it like so. Listen, I'm tall, okay? I'm 5'8". I want this thing, like, it can't even get it in the frame here. And then once you get it where you want it, you open the legs. Oh, goes up even higher. It's gonna hit the roof. It's gonna hit the roof. So now you've got the base. I mean, you guys, it's huge. You can see, because it has the 3 legs and it's a bit sturdier, it is able to hold my camera. Take the footage, you won't regret it. Size of my forearm, fits in your backpack. It's amazing. I will link it below. I know I mentioned this in my last video. Not that Wicked is my favorite, although I did just see this last night and it was amazing. But what I will say is I've started going to see a lot more theater productions and I'm obsessed. If you get a chance and shows like this come to your city, or a city like Toronto, if it's close to you, go do it. Mervish often has these days where they'll have cheaper tickets. Sometimes when you buy same-day tickets, they're a lot cheaper. Like, it's not completely out of the question. It is definitely a luxury to go and see this, but it is so amazing to introduce yourself if you haven't experienced shows like this, or your children. Recently, I've seen Les Mis. That blew my mind. I could not stop singing those songs for days afterwards. Six, the musical, I've seen it 3 times. Esme and I were obsessed. When my sister was young, I was actually reminiscing. I took her to go see shows. I think it was the Nutcracker when we were in Vancouver. Anyways, highly recommend. Oh, when I was in New York a couple years ago, I went and saw Hadestown. It was amazing. Anyways, it's just one of these things. It's like reading a book. It's like listening to a podcast. It just opens your mind to a new experience, a new story, a new perspective, and it's enchanting. I've got some greeting cards here. I set a little goal for myself for 2024 to do my best to get birthday cards out to my loved ones, because most of my family live further away from me. And honestly, I did it. I only have 3 cards left. I think I bought like a 10-pack or a 12-pack. These ones happen to be actually Hallmark. I picked these up on Amazon. You can find all sorts of different ones. What I liked about these particular cards is that they still had messaging. I don't necessarily want like a blank card. Sometimes it's just, hey, happy birthday, wishing you all the best. That's all that I have time for. I don't necessarily have time to write like a full story in here. But again, I tried my best. I know there's a few that I missed so far this year, but I'm doing better than I have in the past. And this has been so helpful. I was also using the app Reminder Cards on my phone to remind me of birthdays, but then I got a new phone and it cleared it. And I'm just like, damn it. So now I got to go find birthdays again. Anyway, I keep that little folder on my desk. I keep the cards available and I check my app every now and then I send cards out, and it makes me feel good knowing that my loved ones know that I'm thinking about them. So again, I'll link it below. I know there's a lot of links, but with favorites, maybe you want to check them out for yourself. And of course, if it's an Amazon link, it's going to be an affiliate link. I get like a cent or 2 if you click the link. It's nothing major. Adds a little activity to my account, which is great for their affiliate program. But anyway, it's just like this little kind gesture. I personally love receiving a card, and it feels so nice to be able to do that for others. And you don't always get to celebrate birthdays in person, so it's just a nice thing to do. It's making me feel good. 2 beauty products that I've really been loving. This is a fragrance. Kind of obsessed with these tiny fragrances in the sense that you don't need to commit to a huge bottle. I love fragrance, I always have. I remember when I moved from Vancouver to Malaysia, I had a box of fragrances and I couldn't bring them all. It was absurd. So I gifted them to people, I gave them away. It's like giving away some babies. I just love them. But anyway, speaking of babies, this is from Fleur. This is a natural perfume and it's called Not Your Baby. It's an eau de parfum. This scent does something to my brain. And what's kind of nice about a natural perfume, like a clean perfume, is it doesn't sit heavy on you for a long period of time. Sometimes my nose can get a little irritated by strong fragrances and I can get a headache. I don't feel that from this type of perfume because it sort of wears off in a normal amount of time, right? But description, provocative and playful. It's an undeniably sexy, intriguing, and addictive, spicy floral. Again, I am not a floral kind of girl. I'm like an orange blossom. That's more my go-to. Green tea, not this, but I don't know, man. A powdery palette of mimosa and violet passes through top notes of aromatic cardamom and shimmering bergamot before plunging into milky vanilla, tonka bean, and sensual sandalwood. I freaking love it. Another beauty product. We have some Nivea cream. This is some thick cream, but did you see people talking on TikTok about how this is a dupe for La Mer? Okay, Works for me. It's like $9 or something, or maybe $14 for this whole tub. How much product is in here? I feel like it's gonna take me a year to get through this. It doesn't say, but there's a lot. So listen, how do I use this? It's summer. Summer is coming. Summer is nearly upon us. I get a little lazy with my skincare because I literally fall into bed like exhausted every night. There's not a lot of chill, okay, in the summer for me. So how am I using this? I take it, I clean my face. I use my red light therapy mask a few times a week. I'm also using retinol, a 1% retinol, Paula's Choice. I think I talked about it on here before. Anyway, so once that's kind of done and I'm done that, I take this, I put a swipe onto the top of each hand, and then I coat my neck in it, like I do a nice massage. And then I take enough to do my face. I feel like it absorbs really quickly. It almost like melts fast onto my face. I have a feeling it's because if my face is just washed or I've used my retinol, like it's like mixing with other product, right? Anyway, it melts really fast. I haven't broken out. It doesn't feel so heavy that it's gonna clog my pores. It's actually a beautiful product. So if you don't wanna spend like $60 to $100 on a deep moisturizing face cream, try it out. It's for face and body. Last but not least, books. I love reading, but lately I haven't had a good book and I'm so bothered. I think I was sharing in my update, like, please share with me your loves, your wins. I've enjoyed so many books lately, a lot of them in the romantasy genre. So yes, so damn good. But I need to tell you about an audiobook that's gonna change your damn life. I know that's very dramatic. Haven't been big into audiobooks, not sure why. I think I have a soft spot for podcasting, so audiobooks, I just don't make time for them. I also kind of like how with a podcast, the length of time, like about 45 minutes to an hour is like my sweet spot for a podcast. I'll go on a walk and then I'm done. It's like chapter closed, beginning, middle, end. I have a resolution, where with a book, I want to consume it all the time, and I find that hard with an audiobook. Anyhow, but I listened to Julia Fox, her memoir called Down the Drain. It is so freaking good. My God, that book, unbelievable. I think I realize for audiobooks, I do genuinely like memoirs, especially when it's read by the author. It's kind of fun. It feels kind of podcasty, you know? But Julia Fox is a fascinating woman. She has an interesting voice. If vocal fry bothers you a little bit, then you might get a little irritated to start, but it goes away. Like, I don't know, you kind of like, you don't notice it as much as you're listening. But the least interesting thing about her is that she dated Kanye West for like a minute. She's fascinating. Her life story is like, holy smokes. And also I appreciate how she wrote the book. She wrote it in what feels like the present moment. It's very much like her as a 14-year-old sharing, and then her as a 16-year-old, and so on. Super fascinating. She intrigues me. She is so powerful and confident. Flawed for sure, aren't we all? But it's very admirable how she feels about herself, how she feels about women, how she feels about human beings, basically. And she identifies, of course, as a mother. And it's so inspiring. I think she's got to be a little younger than me, but I find her so interesting. And when I see a video pop up, for example, on YouTube, I always watch it. I'm like so curious about what she has to say. She, to me, is someone like Amanda, who are the 5 people you'd have lunch with. She's one of them. Like, I just find her fascinating. Anyway, 10 out of 10 recommend. Spotify, if you are part of Spotify Premium, this is not an ad, but they did launch, I think it's 15 hours for audiobooks, and then you can buy more hours if you listen to more. For someone like me who does not listen to a lot of audiobooks, I really love it because it's perfect. It's like 1, maybe 2 books a month, right? Depending how long your books are. Those are my favorites for the month. I hope you enjoyed this video. There's gonna be a bunch of links for you to check out below. And tell me some of your favorites. What have you been loving lately? Let's share in the comments. I find, if anything, that dirty word of influencer, what I enjoy about it is like when I trust people, I wanna know what they like. I wanna know what they're into. To me, it's more personal than a huge marketing campaign with models and actors who are getting paid, of course, tons and tons of money. I mean, creators do too, don't get me wrong. But I like to hear the nitty-gritty about why people like it. I read you know, when I'm on Amazon. I love to read people's reviews. It's just, it works for me. Anyway, share what you love below, and I'll catch you next week with another video. Bye, guys.